Captain Louis Featheroff, I think you all know, commands the Lake Elsinore station, and of course serves the Willamar community here in a very broad area as well. We have Peter Lent from the Office of Emergency Services. There's very concentrated, constant preparedness with fire, with the ambulance, sheriff as well, when there's a major problem in the community or whether there's a larger disaster. Chief John Hawkins from County Fire. John and I are on the same track. We're going a lot of meetings, a lot of work. We really appreciate John and his staff really getting out there to every community meeting. So you know that County Fire is a real strong backstop to your community efforts here. Nick Anderson from our Department of Building and Safety. Really important and a very complicated area, but extremely critical. Build a new community and try to upgrade the older building. Ron Goldman, our planning director. Jay on the other side of you? No. Jay?
I didn't wear a tie today, that's fine.
Didn't recognize him with
as you know, we really ramped up code enforcement and want to continue to make progress here for your city as well under your city council. Then we have Dan Orson from our county economic development agency, which among many other things, of course, helps oversee the redevelopment area of western Willamar as a part. So there's going to have to be close coordination for an important project here between the city and the county. And then we have, your consultant, Gary Thompson. And is everything going according to your projections so far, Mr. Thompson?
So far. So far.
Okay, we still in the black. Okay. Good. Now, Juan Perez, our fairly new, he's got a long-time veteran in the Department of Transportation, but our new transportation director is George Johnson, is elevated up higher in the county hierarchy. So Juan really knows the roads here, he knows them like the back of his hand, he knows all the projects, and so test Juan. I don't think there's a question I ever asked him about roads or the status of a project, but he doesn't have a perfect and up-to-date answer. So I really appreciate it. And George Johnson now is the director of what we call TLMA, our Department of Agency, we call it, Agency of Transportation, Land Management, and Planning, Building and Safety. A lot of these allied departments that work on the road issues are all grouped under George. And one of the things that George's department does now is to coordinate that with our conservation efforts as well. So it's a broad responsibility, and really the department at George's level is looking ahead on many broad fronts. So when it comes to bear in Wildamar's case, is you want to be aware of these things and you can tie into them. There's often projects and funding that will be available to Willamar as your representatives sit on these various Western countywide bodies. Kathy Gibbons from our executive office Kathy, she oversaw the first municipal finance study here that did show that Willamar had a good chance of becoming a city. So Kathy's got a lot of history on Willamar and a lot of experience in the county and the highest levels in the county. We really appreciate her being here. Kathy, I don't know what your current assignment is.
TLMA Administrative Services.
All right. So Kathy works with George Johnson there. So I appreciate her being here tonight. And then Ken Baez. Ken is with our Habitat conservation agency that oversees the land that's already required for the Stevens kangaroo ranch that brought into the county and interacts with our purchases for the whole multi-species plan as well. So that too, Goldemar is a part of it. And then, I'm sorry, Gail Martin, also with the commission. Gail's long been working on the Stevens kangaroo plan for probably the past 12 or 13 years at least. And more, didn't want to include all of us. So if there are any questions about open space and conservation, Gail is your person. Suzanne Holland, also with our economic development agency. And Bill Brown with economic development. And Steve Van Stockholm over here on the other side. With the Department of Environmental Health, Community Health Agency, which oversees a number of health and human service related departments. So we really appreciate all this county staff here tonight, so you get a sense of what some of the demands are that are going to be transferred over to the new city of Livermore. And now let me turn it over to Merry Christmas. Gary?
Thank you very much. I want to briefly go over what will transpire in this process of establishing the new city of Wildomar. We prepared a handout that you can get up front that kind of gives you a brief synopsis of the steps that we have to be gone through by both the city and by the county to make this happen. As Supervisor Bolton said, we're really delighted to be working with the city council members and the city staff. I think it'll be a very productive relationship, and at the end of the time, we'll have a new city that will be functioning and be a vital part of Riverside County. So the first part that we have to deal with is the time period between now and June 30th. And we call this the pre-incorporation transition period. And during this time, county services will continue to be provided by the county pretty much in the same fashion that we provided them in the past. There shouldn't be much change in the way those services are provided. For the county, we'll be focusing on figuring out the cost of those services, because we need to make sure the city has a detailed accounting of how much it would cost us to provide those services. A lot of that was done in the CFAs, the comprehensive fiscal analysis that was done for the establishment of the city, but we still need to make sure that that's tracking the way we anticipate. So we'll be doing that. The county departments have all been meeting with our consultant and with the executive office to go over that process. And we've also been meeting with the representatives from the new city manager and his staff. And that's working out very well. The city has to do a number of things during this pre-incorporation period as well. We have to establish the city with the state. There's a lot of detailed paperwork that they need to do with the state of California and to make sure everything's going to be working come July 1. And they're in the process of doing that, as well as working with us. So they really have a difficult job, and I'm sure are going to do a fine job in making sure everything is done. Now, the changes for the Wildomar residents, there should be, like I said, very, very minimal changes in the way services are provided. The county has the obligation to continue to provide these services in the same fashion we always have up through June 30th. But come July 1, the city will officially incorporate, and it will be the city of Wildomar. It will no longer be the county providing those services. The county services will continue to be provided at the city's consent after that date. We anticipate, initially at least, that most services will continue to be provided by the county. There'll be a major change that we'll now be working directly with the city council and their representatives to provide the services the way they want them provided, not the way that the county does. So there may be some changes during that time. And that'll be up to the city to tell us what those changes are. The city, during that first year, has the option to transition those services to another service provider. I don't know what the plans are there, but that's one of the reasons we need to keep detailed accounting of all the things that we do. And that'll be something that the county's doing, and we'll be working with the city staff to make sure that goes through.